Guy. This is a casual gaming podcast for the everyday gamer. And on this week's episode, Chris, you want to chat about if you could be a sidekick to a video game character. Or a couple, actually.
Chris is just on his phone.
Yeah, he's really disengaged, actually.
Well, no, because Ellie's given me a heads up of a question she's going to ask me. I even told her that I have no idea, and so I've quickly tried to Google it so I sound like I have an idea.
Do it sussly, like when you checked your phone at high school. Like, do it under the desk.
Yeah, no, it was pretty obvious. Pay attention to me. I'm the captain now.
My topic is, Ellie, you are the captain and you always have been. When did
so
Captain
much.
Phillips come out? Like over a decade ago?
Oh, long. I guarantee about 90% of the people that use that, look at me, I'm the captain now. 90% of those people have never seen the movie.
What was it from?
It's from Captain Phillips, a Tom Hanks movie.
It's about he's in charge of a container ship and then Somalian pirates take over and says, I'm the captain now.
And the guy who says I'm the captain now isn't even an actor. He was a taxi driver for like one of the film producers.
Really?
And they were like, this guy's going to be an amazing actor. This is his debut. And then do you know what he was in afterwards?
What?
No one
Nothing.
knows. Nothing.
A taxi, probably.
Well, that's actually really interesting. What a great fun fact to open with. You're not joking, are you?
No.
Okay,
this is way too elaborate joke. So my topic is if we had to be a sidekick. This is based on Guy's chat last week. If we had to be a clank to someone's ratchet or a kazooie to someone's banjo, who would we want to be to? Okay. Guy, I know that banjo can be associated with dirty stuff, but just don't go there.
Yeah.
All right?
I won't. I'm not going nowhere near a banjo.
If you had to be a sidekick for a main character in a video game, who would it be? What would your powers be? What would it look like?
Love it. And I want to talk about. Oh my God, I did it again.
Chalk it up.
I would like to chat and talk about a bit of an outage that happened in the last 24 hours. And it is a bit of gaming news. We're going to elaborate on it and just discuss what the implications of that have been.
Probably
and
48 hours once this comes out, right?
That's a good point, Chris. It probably is 48 hours, actually. But that's what I'm chatting about. Should we just kick it off with some listener feedback?
Let's do it. Of course, as always, listener feedback is on our Instagram, Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast, or our closed Facebook group, which is open to everyone. Extremely Casual Group for Extremely Casual Gamers. Starting off with Katarina Smith. I think this group will appreciate the story. I went to a comedy festival during one of the comedians' bits. They did some crowd work asking if there were any gamer girls out there. There was only one woo, and that woo was me. And woe is me. After the stand-up, I got a picture with her and said I was the one girl that talked about video games for a minute, and that was very cool. Side note, I doubt I was the only one, but the only one to have no shame about it. Sad. So Katarina Smith, she wooed for being a gamer girl, and it's just, like she said, I bet there was definitely some gamer girls in the crowds that didn't woo.
Yes, Kat. Good work, though. You've got to be the first voice, and then hopefully others will follow.
Should we woo for her right now?
Yeah. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Whoa!
Got you.
Oh, classic.
I'm not doing
whoa,
it.
as
Way too
opposed to
embarrassing.
woo.
You woed. Damn it. Damn.
Well, that was
So we didn't
fail.
practice that.
No, we didn't. Yeah.
Dylan Seatson, I've decided to go back to a game I used to love and obtain the platinum, which I then noticed how many hours I've sunk into it. What's the game you've put most of your life into? Here's mine. And the game was Destiny.
I saw this.
Did you see how many hours?
I don't think I did.
Dylan put in
1100?
1,111. So 11s.
Did he stop intentionally at 11:11?
I feel like he should have. I feel like that's well done.
Yeah, wow.
So a lot of people just chucking in the hours. Jordan, he's put in just over 1,000 hours in Fortnite. He's got just under 15,000 eliminations, 354 wins, which is a win percentage of 4.1.
Was that bad? Yeah, but nowadays,
but if he's played 1,000 hours, then I say 4.1 is actually
hang on,
pretty
but
good.
Ellie's rocking like a 30% win record based on what I've heard.
Yeah.
So I think they must have definitely changed
It's like when people brag about their Uber rating and they're like, I've got like a 4.9 out of 5. It's like, but they've been on 6 Ubers.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah, it's like
do
Uber
lie.
more.
Yeah, I
And
reckon.
then, and then come chat
Then
to
come
me.
talk to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
What's the game? Oh, well, you would know your answer, Chris. It's The Witcher 3.
What's the game?
Guy,
Yeah, sorry.
don't just assume on my behalf that it was Witcher 3.
Well, I mean, you have extensively talked about how many hours you've played on The Witcher 3.
Well, I'd say overall in my lifetime, it's probably Age of Empires 2.
Yeah, true,
Really?
actually.
Okay.
But I don't have the exact time for that because it's been on various devices.
I see.
So it would
Yeah.
be The Witcher on my PlayStation.
Love
Correct.
it.
You are correct.
It's
Carry on.
Fortnite for me.
Yeah, I'm actually catching up to you, Guy. It's
you're not. Not even close.
I tell you what, Ellie's won't be. It takes two. Barely touch the damn thing.
For an amount of hours talking about it, it probably overtakes how many hours you've actually played it.
That's a good point. So I've given it good PR and marketing, sort of, actually, not really, because I kind of made it sound like
I
it
love
wasn't
Ellie's style of PR and marketing. It's like, oh yeah, I'll try that. Oh yeah, I'll play that. Oh yeah, I'll give that a go.
The way that Ellie's describes It Takes Two makes it sound like it's a From Software difficulty game.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not that at all. I just want to reiterate. The most hours I've probably put in maybe over my life would actually probably be The Sims. If I really go like all my life, it's probably
I'd
The
say
Sims.
recently for you, it'd be Stardew.
Definitely Stardew recently. But I think maybe I would have played more Sims across my lifetime because I used to have, the CD-ROMs back in the day on Sims too.
Yeah, absolutely. And The Sims would be up there for me too from when I was a child.
Nice.
And though Destiny and Fortnite, though, they're online. That's pretty common, I think, for you to play that game for like years online against people because it never gets old, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
And a big congratulations to Shane Mercer from our Facebook group. A week ago today, I got to marry my best friend, and we had some Pokemon-themed things at our wedding, including a cake topper and the glasses that we had. Just thought I'd share this, as I know Pokemon is close to some, if not everyone. And he put up a picture of him and his beautiful wife, and yes, the cake topper is just a little subtle nod. It's in gold, and it says the words, "I choose you," and it's got a little sort of silhouette of a Pikachu, which is
So
awesome.
cute.
I love it when people have subtle nods, if not just straight
Blatant.
up themed weddings.
Yeah.
Me and my wife, I don't know if you remember this, Chris, because we love Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. That's like some of the things that we bond over. Mm-hmm. When we got married and we walked down the aisle officially as Mr. and Mrs. Mansell.
That's right. You had your feet out and they were hairy.
Yeah.
Like hobbits.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you?
No. Ellie, come on.
It's just so awesome. They're grounding to the earth.
Yeah,
I
so
love
when
it.
I put the ring on Meg's finger, I was like, no, we just had Hobbit music playing as we walked down the aisle.
that's nice. So
Well,
no hairy feet.
No, I mean, I do have hairy feet,
Oh,
but
okay.
they didn't make an appearance on
Not
the wedding
just
day.
feet either. They go all the way up
What?
to his ass. He's got a hairy ass.
Yeah.
And then they did their first dance to that Ed Sheeran song, I see fire under the
Oh,
mountain.
because was that a Lord of the Rings thing?
No,
Was
Hobbit.
it? Oh, sorry,
Hobbit.
Hobbit.
Yeah,
sorry,
they
my
danced
bad.
to that.
Yeah,
Is
sorry.
that true?
Yeah, so I had like these wings on, like smell.
Shut up.
No, I didn't we didn't dance to that song either.
Meg came out dressed as a big pile of gold coins.
Yeah.
And then guy landed on her.
I came to plunder her.
Don't get it. Just don't get it now.
I mean, you're not married,
get it.
and I know your wedding, Chris. There was no nods to The Witcher.
I tried.
I mean, there was nods to Death Stranding because a few people fell asleep during Chris's vows.
That is not true. They were lovely vows.
They were actually really nice vows. But Ellie, you're not married yet.
No.
Or if you do intend, let's say you are getting married, do you reckon there'll be any Detroit Become Human references in there?
Maybe
or?
I'll just marry an android, not even Sam. Maybe I'll just, by that point, by the time he bloody proposes, there might be androids, available for me. So
Do you reckon Sam's proposed to you in the fake world that he seems to live in VR?
Maybe.
You know?
He probably has, but not in real life. So that's fine. I'm not bothered at all. It's fine. It's fine. No, actually, I'm not bothered. It's fine.
Wow.
Now it
Are you
sounds
bothered
like
or are you fine?
it sounds like I'm bothered, but I'm actually not.
She's gone full circle.
Yeah. So she's on a loop.
No,
It's fine. So it's fine. It's fine.
That's fine. Hey, also, I just want to apologise to Harry Cooper. He posted in the group last week saying, ECG first for me this week, listening to the podcast on a plane.
Oh, cool.
And then it was quite inappropriate. And I just want to say that I just want people to know I'm not like weird because I don't want to get cancelled in the future, but I did say honoured to join the Mile High Club with you, Harry. I just want to confirm I meant as in like I was in his ears.
We were mentally intercoursing him.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to clear that up if anyone tries to cancel
Sorry,
me in
don't
future.
agree with that. That sentence makes it even worse.
Yeah.
Why did you get some feedback on that? Did you?
No. But he did-
She read it back and she realised that no one liked the comment, and she went back to look at it, and then she's like, and then she started to massively overthink it.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
I think I took it way too far. And Harry actually had to say, like, you know what the Mile High Club is, though, eh? And I was like, yeah, sorry, I do. It was meant to be a gag.
God, and now you're
And then I had to
explaining
explain it.
And now you're bringing it up again.
I just want people to be looking at that and go, oh, that's a bit inappropriate. I just want to say I meant it as a joke.
No one has read that comment and gone, wow,
Well,
too far, really.
Actually, Guy, I'd just like to say I was kind of put off by that.
So I noticed that you didn't like it.
No, I didn't like it.
So you purposely scrolled past that.
I saw it, I read it, and I went, I don't know about that.
He
Ellie.
went quickly into the group's terms and conditions and the rules. Like, surely that's a breach somewhere.
And then I've since updated the rules, so if that happens again.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Thanks, bro. Hey, also, I just wanted to point out that Menzies, he posted in the group the new Witcher Signs of the Deep official clip on Netflix.
Sirens of the Deep, yeah.
Yeah, that one. And so, Chris, I thought, what did you think? Have you watched it? What are your thoughts on the new trailer?
Okay, so my whole thing, right, the way I operate is I don't get excited for TV shows.
Right, fair enough.
Right?
Yeah.
And the reason is...
Say no more.
What a horrible existence.
Hang on. Just let me finish. I don't get excited for TV shows until they have come out and I've read a rating or two.
Right.
Last of Us TV show, I was like, oh, God, they're going to butcher one of the best video game stories in ages.
Yeah.
It came out, glowing reception, boom, then I was excited.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
like, here we go. The Witcher TV series with old Cavill, Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
First couple of seasons, pretty good. I thought, not amazing. And I was excited. And then it got to shit. And so I'm no longer excited about that. Cyberpunk Edge Runners has brought me back around,
yes.
but I will wait for it to come out. I'm excited that Doug Cockle, the original voice of Geralt, is reprising his role, which is cool. He'll be all like, see you on the path. And so I love listening to him, which is cool. But once it's actually out and I've read a couple of reviews saying, this is great, you should watch it, then I will be fizzed up.
Okay, so you're a bandwagoner.
I like
So
no,
you're
I was
saying-
about to say a pessimistic bandwagoner.
Guys, I'm just being very efficient with my time and excitement levels.
Okay, no, I
For
understand.
example, I am excited for Grand Theft Auto 6 because I know that will be good.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
You haven't
Alright.
read any reviews. It might be
100%, but it's Grand Theft Auto. And they have earned the right to let me down.
Oh, okay.
Right? So
I
until
see.
that point, and it's like I am
Wow.
excited for The Witcher 4, the next game, because I know it will be good.
But The Last of Us
Okay.
is an amazing franchise. And Neil Druckmann was part of the TV show, but you just said that you thought they were going to butcher it.
Yeah, because they butchered Halo, and there was another one that had come out at the same
But they
time.
didn't
that
butcher
was,
Halo.
No, but TV World had. Guy, I'm just stop
I'm
playing
not-
devil's
just-
advocate.
I'm just looking at the holes in your theory, that's all.
I don't look, it's not a theory, it's just how I operate.
No, I love it. I
Sieve.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
So what you're saying is you haven't watched the lovely clip that Menzies put in the group.
No, I
Is that
watched
what
the
you're
clip. I am
saying?
excited. There was a clip of it was him and I can't remember the other guy's name. They're at the campfire and they were talking about of course, and Doug Cock was there going, "Hey, I'm excited to be back reprising my role as." Yeah, I've watched it.
Okay. I feel like you
Ellie
just made
tried
all
to
that
catch
up.
me out.
Yeah, damn it.
But she can't catch you out because she hasn't watched it either.
No, but I 100% watched it. Don't you worry
No,
about that.
nice. Okay, just wanted to check that.
Yeah.
Also, I want to just congratulate, just one more thing. I just want to congratulate Sean from our group, who's an active member in
Sean.
our group. Sean Vandermeer.
Oh yes, he's.
But I
always
think
that,
it's pronounced
yes.
Sean, but it's spelt Sean in our
But it
language.
smells like Sean.
Pardon?
You said it smelt like Sean.
Did I?
Yeah,
Oh.
but you're all good.
You know what I mean. Anyway, he downloaded Fortnite and he got a victory royale.
Oh,
And
he
just wanna-
did. I
just
saw
wanna shout
that.
out
God,
my fellow.
they're really handing out victory royales to anyone these days,
Oh,
aren't they?
shut
Aren't they,
up.
though? Actual.
When you first drop in, chances are you're going to have yourself a pretty botty lobby. But
you just burst in
He's,
my Sean's bubbles.
he's chasing the rush.
Yeah.
And he understands it now.
Exactly.
The good thing about that is as you get better, the lobbies will slowly get better.
Yeah, totally.
It should adjust with you, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I remember when Fortnite was first around, I was first playing it. I reckon I probably got one victory royale in my entire Fortnite career. It was so hard because everyone was playing it. Everyone was so good. And is speed building still a thing?
Yeah, but you can play no builds now.
Yeah,
And
which is what I do.
This majority of the players are
Okay.
playing no builds
don't-
because you would go into a lobby and you'd see somebody in the distance, you'd pot a shot at them, and then all of a sudden just
A huge tower.
Taj Mahal comes up in front of you and you're like,
I mean, and people are shooting at me and I'll like freak out and build a ramp
yeah.
and then I'll die and I'll be like,
Yeah.
cool.
Cool.
So, yeah. But
so you suck at Fortnite as well.
I do suck at Fortnite. Maybe I'll have to give it another go.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
actually.
you won't.
No, I'm not going to.
Oh,
No.
damn. I kind of
I'm
want to
too
see.
stubborn.
Yeah, true. Yes.
Maybe you'll read a review and try it.
Sorry, by the way, Ellie's currently in the process of trying to diagnose
Did
me.
you see my eyes go?
Yes,
stubborn.
she's,
Okay.
stubborn. She's been trying to work out what level of autistic /
Yeah.
ADHD I am or OCD.
Yeah, she's got a printout of the spectrum and she's trying to
do.
figure out where you are on it.
There's a
Apparently,
lot.
I'm all over the place.
But I can't. Often I can just identify someone quite quickly and go, you're that, but you're a bit complex.
Who's Guy? Because he's a real basic bitch.
He's ADHD. Yes.
Hey.
It's just like boom. So,
Yeah, that was easy. But yeah, Chris, you're a weird creature. So I'm still trying to figure you out, and I mean that in a nice way. Anyway, I guess now it's probably time for some gaming news.
let's do it. Oh wow, gaming news.
Gaming news. Now, last week we touched on this on our Instagram because we recorded our podcast on the Monday, and then basically that afternoon there was a PlayStation showcase overseas.
Yeah, it was a blast.
And, so when we did gaming news that came out last week, there was, a few things that we didn't touch on. Yeah. One of them being that Ghost of Tsushima is getting officially announced a sequel. Well, not Ghost of Tsushima, a sequel. It's called Ghost of GYAT. And it's a new female lead by the name of Atsu.
Woo!
She looks like a complete badass.
Yeah.
So this takes place 200 years after the first game. So Jin Sakai from the first one,
He did.
I think he's dead.
Oh, is it a spoiler?
But the ghost lives on. 200 years later, I
200
think
years.
he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless he's able to be 250 years old.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry.
yeah.
Just...
So it's 200 years after the first game. It's set in a new region of Japan. There are new weapons such as firearms, because obviously 200 years later, the world's moved on a little bit.
I saw her firing a musket.
Yeah, musket.
Yeah,
so there's going to be, because in the first game they touched on black powder bombs and stuff like
that's
that,
right.
which was kind of cool. But it was mostly swords and arrows and stuff like that. And then just another small thing is that there's a new musical instrument as well, because in Ghost of Tsushima you can play the flute,
Cute.
but it seems like she's got this cool little guitar,
like
banjo.
a lute thing.
Yeah, lute is I think
Cool.
is what it is. So yeah, the trailer came out for Ghost of GYAT and it looks fantastic, and it comes out next year, and I can't freaking wait.
Yeah.
Cool.
So on Ghost of GYAT, I'd be safe in saying that it's probably one of your 5 favorite games of all time.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
One thing I noticed, there was firearms. She has a wolf companion.
Yes.
So she obviously tames a wolf at some point. And at one point she had 2 katanas. She had a katana in each hand.
Yeah.
She can dual wield katanas, which is pretty damn sick.
Wow.
Yeah, so they'll
Love
definitely
it.
do a lot of things that was in the first game, the different stances to take on different enemies.
It looks
and
super
upgrade.
similar.
Yeah, very similar,
Yeah.
but I reckon they're definitely going to build on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just incredibly excited, obviously, because there's a female lead in a Japanese game, just like what we found out earlier on this year with Assassin's Creed Shadows. There was a lot of people who were incredibly butthurt about this. I'm not even going to bother getting into it. Just get in the bin.
It's hilarious.
It's like it is a game. Plus, the thing is, everyone's like, no, you can't replace Jin Sakai. Jin Sakai was a fantastic protagonist. I loved playing him. But when I think about the game Ghost of Tsushima, I don't actually associate it too much with him.
No.
Yeah, right.
He wasn't a very dynamic
No,
character.
he's one of the weakest parts of the whole thing.
He's a samurai, right? So he's pretty chill, he's pretty mellow, he's pretty humble.
Yeah.
And that's just who he is. And as I imagine a lot of samurai, you're not going to get samurai cracking jokes and being, an extrovert.
Well, you might.
You never know. But it was the gameplay, it was the visuals, it was the storyline. That's what I loved about Ghost of Tsushima. So as long as they build on that, who cares if you're playing as a female? As long as you get to cut people up,
Exactly.
and
Once again-
stealth and stab people and stuff, like hell yes.
Once again, the gaming community reacting to stuff is so annoying.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
is so annoying, and it cracks me up with this whole representation thing. When people have a stink about someone being a woman or someone who's non-white in anything, TV show or a game, it just makes me laugh, because the only reason they're kicking up a stink is because finally in their life there's something that doesn't quite represent them.
Yes.
And it throws
Whoa.
them. And it's like, have you ever thought about the fact that everything you've ever done has represented you and everyone else has not been represented? It just cracks me up how sensitive they get when it's like, oh, sorry, that one thing doesn't represent you anymore.
Amen. Oh, Ellie, how good, man. Amen.
Thanks, guys.
That right there was a social clip for Instagram.
Oh, thank you so much. Hi, social. Thank you.
Make sure you follow us. And then the other piece of news that came out recently, so Ubisoft CEO Vies, oh God, I watched a video of somebody introducing this guy's name and I've already forgotten it. Begins Vies Gumel, God.
Yves?
Yves Gumel, I think
Like
it's French.
Yves Saint Laurent, it's spelled
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
as that.
Okay, yeah.
So he is the CEO of Ubisoft, right? And he says that creating a, and I quote, solid game just doesn't cut it these days. And by that, he's referring to, like you just talked about then, Chris, of the gaming community basically just complaining about everything when you release a game, right? And that is a solid argument. The gaming community can be pretty toxic when you release a solid game. However, Ubisoft haven't really done that in the last 12 months, because he says in today's challenging market and with gamers expecting extraordinary experiences, delivering solid quality is no longer enough. But this year, Ubisoft have released Skull and Bones, which was a pirate game that everybody's been looking forward to for years, and you can't really be a pirate. So
And it was just a rip-off of Assassin's Creed Black Flag from
Yeah.
over 10 years ago.
Yeah. So Skull and Bones was a shitter. They released Avatar. So, Avatar, Blue People, Pandora, and that was a bit of a shit game. It was basically Far Cry.
Apparently it was fun if
Yeah.
you were really into Avatar, but it was basically Far Cry.
It's Far Cry. And also, if you're going to be Avatar, why'd they make it first person?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird.
A first person Avatar, like you get to be this cool blue alien that runs around and you don't even get to see see the alien, you just see their hands.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then of course most recently Star Wars Outlaws, which was just a buggy mess. So
that's right.
While I agree with him that the gaming community is very toxic and that releasing a solid game isn't enough because you know the gamers are very greedy. I feel like it's quite rich that he's saying it because so far Ubisoft has been just ripping out stinkers.
Yeah.
And of course they're releasing Assassin's Creed Shadows and they've just announced that that's being delayed.
Oh.
So I think he should just shush his gush.
You be shush.
You be
am
shush.
I right? You be shit. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's
Ellie.
another social clap. Right, put it in there.
Can I, like the massive companies blaming their audience for how bad their products is just so stupid.
That's basically what he's done. It's not
Ubisoft-
our fault, it's your fault for having too high expectations.
Ubisoft has not made a good game since they made Assassin's Creed Origins in Egypt, right? Because they completely flipped to this tired thing that they thrashed to death, the same thing, reskinned, all these Assassin's Creed games, one per year, and just getting them out the door. They decided we're going to take a year off. We're going to spend a couple of years on this one, and they made the Egyptian Origins. It was completely different. It was awesome. They then did Assassin's Creed, the one with Odyssey, the Greek one, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very similar. And then they just started cranking out the same garbage with the Valhalla, which is just a big, empty, open world of the same repetitive shit over and over again.
Yep.
And it's filled with like microtransactions. Their games are just like, how many Far Cries have there been? It's exactly the same as when Far Cry 3 came out over a decade ago.
Yep. Right.
Reskinned. It is Ubisoft's fault. They
Also-
are one of the worst offenders.
Yeah, and Ubisoft are so bad when it comes to buying deluxe versions of their games
Yes,
and charging
100%.
so much more. So with Star Wars Outlaws, they did a deluxe version where you paid an extra $100 US and you got all these online skins and stuff like that, but you got it 3 days earlier than release. So people paid $100, but then there was a bug in it that basically crashed the game and
that's
everybody
right.
lost all of their progress and it broke the game and they had to do a patch and that was 1 day before release. So you paid an extra $100, you played it for 2.5 days, it was a buggy mess and then you basically lost all your progress and you should have just bought it on release or just not bought it at all.
Oh, that sucks.
So yeah, Ubisoft, shut up.
And also, I love that the employees managed to convince Ubisoft execs to delay releasing Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yeah.
Because this is the exact sort of thing. Like, Cyberpunk was released and was one of the worst releases in video game history. The execs made the call on that, not the people making the game. They were like, no, we are releasing it now. And ever since then, it's sort of sent a warning shot to the industry of like, listen to the people making the game. If they say it is not ready, do not rush them to make it ready because it'll be a real inferior product.
Yeah.
No one's desperate for a new Assassin's Creed game right now, so just take an extra 6 months or whatever and make sure it's not an absolute shitter, Ubisoft.
The only game that I don't want to get delayed anymore is Grand Theft Auto 6.
And it probably
Yeah.
will, but
It probably will, and I know it's the exact same concept of like I would rather the game be released 6 months later
Yeah.
or a year later and it be completely flawless.
Yeah.
I get that, but I just feel like for a game that's had 10 years,
We've given them time.
Yeah.
well, they have
to be fair,
released.
they didn't start working on Grand Theft Auto 6 the day that 5 came out. Like it's
No,
Yeah.
they've literally released one of the genre-defining games between now and then in Red Dead Redemption 2.
yeah,
Yeah, true.
Like it
Good
is,
point.
and that's probably your favorite game of all time.
yeah, probably.
So
Yeah,
like
true.
they're going to take their time and it will come out like one every 5 or 6 years with Rockstar, but at least it'll be excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Ubisoft could just go somewhere in the middle there, you know? Wait 3 years, released a banging game. Not a genre defining one, just a banging one, you know?
Amen, guys.
Banging.
Amen.
God.
That's beautiful.
Oh, I mean, I'm tucking out.
yeah, we
We're
don't.
still doing gaming news. Holy
Oh
shit.
my god!
Tragedy last night struck.
Tragedy! Oh
Yes.
damn! I didn't even.
Oh,
no.
that was awful.
Why did I commit?
I like the effort though. Tragedy struck in our house, but not just our house last night. Many houses around the world.
My house.
Specifically, yes,
Yeah,
for
my house.
PlayStation users. Sam got into bed after a big day, and we've pulled our PS5 upstairs now, guys. We've got
Damn.
both of them in the bed.
Hey, when you say big day for Sam, every single time you mention Sam recently, it's either him buying Pokemon cards or playing a job simulator at home. So was it a big day?
Big day on the tools and job
Big day on the
simulator.
tools. Yeah, okay.
No, he actually had a shoot yesterday, so he deserved this PlayStation gaming last
Another
night.
thing, I know we're just literally just getting into this topic. You said you've now got a PS4 and a PS5 in your bed.
Yes. Yes, we sleep with them. No, yeah, they're in the bedroom. They're in the
Okay,
bedroom.
there you go, just
we
checking.
brought them both up. Yeah, no, we're not sleeping with them yet. But anyway, he sat down and started loading up the old lobby on Fortnite and it wouldn't work. And I'm sure you've probably already what's the word? Cotton on?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Cotton on.
To what I'm talking about. But basically last night, for about 8 hours, PlayStation Network went down, which meant that any multiplayer games, anything that's based online, you just couldn't play. So you couldn't get into the lobby. It just said loading, loading, loading. And I found it really interesting because there was just very little comms from Sony about it. Like, there was nothing really coming out. Everyone went to Reddit. I love going to Reddit because that's where everyone talks. But essentially, they eventually said that there was some services are experiencing issues and that players might have difficulty logging in, creating accounts and launching games. But they never actually said why it happened, never gave a real time frame, and it was down for 8 hours. So it meant a lot of people who it happened to be at night in New Zealand and also kind of late evening in America and stuff could not play online. I also saw someone, which I found interesting. If you have one guy on Reddit, his brother has the secondary console linked to his PlayStation kind of network, and even though he wanted to play games that were offline, he couldn't use his PlayStation because it wasn't a primary one.
So if you have two, you have a primary PlayStation and a non, and that's to stop people from basically sharing the same, like if you download a game on your profile, one of your mates, just give them your profile login and they can play the same game.
Oh,
it's like, no, sorry, it has to be your primary console.
Gotcha, yeah. So they were also saying they need to separate PSN from that situation because that meant that his brother couldn't actually play any game. It didn't matter whether it was online or offline, he just couldn't play any. And basically an outage tracker showed that the reports first spiked late on Monday, which was early sort of evening for New Zealand. And yeah, it lasted 8 hours. I went and looked on Twitter, X, and Threads and stuff, went to Sony official thing. No, nothing. Even to now, to this minute, they have not acknowledged exactly what happened, and people are now obviously speculating, like, did they get hacked? Because I think it was in 2014, there was a massive attack on Sony, and they had like an outage for like quite a few days from memory.
Yeah, I remember that.
Also, Verizon mobile customers also reported that one.
Shouldn't have corrected it.
Sorry.
What is it? Oh, like Verizon.
Verizon.
Okay, sorry. Verizon mobile customers also reported outages across the US on Monday. So there was Verizon, PlayStation/Sony. Some people on Reddit were saying that even Amazon Web Services were down and also potentially Xbox. I haven't what's the word? Regulated, fact check those two. But people are now going, there was a lot of stuff that went down yesterday. Is it a cyber attack?
Satellite got hit by a meteor. Boom, solved it.
Is it? Do you reckon that's what it is? Is it actually what it is? Are you lying?
Oh my God,
Ellie.
I still don't know if you're lying or not.
If you find yourself going, is that actually what it is?
Gullible, guys.
Because that's the third time this episode.
Yeah.
I know. I'm honestly too gullible. I will take everything literally. Like, I will just take it at face value. So please be
We need to
kind
start
to me.
exploiting that.
No, you can't.
We should exploit that for our own gain.
Yes. Said to
I'm-
every evil person ever.
Yeah, exactly. See, I'm playing the listener role here too because they might believe you as well.
So we don't know what actually caused it yet?
No.
As of yet.
As of yet. So we're recording this about 24 hours after the outage and there's still no real news on what actually happened and people are still speculating. Some of the memes were hilarious, like people saying, I worked all day to come home and play PlayStation and this is what happens. Like they, basically saying that they've worked all day and they deserve it.
That is hilarious.
You're all cracking up. You're all cracking up. I know. So you are cracking up.
Yeah.
It is funny.
Yeah, no, we are.
I butchered that meme, sorry. I tried to explain a visual meme.
Explaining memes.
What's great is you were explaining a visual meme, so you left the audience out of it, but then you didn't even show me and Chris the meme. The two people that could actually benefit from it didn't even see it.
Yeah.
Thing is, everyone's like, oh, Sony haven't come out and said anything. Do we actually need to know?
I want to know.
Would it matter?
I want to know.
Well, obviously, what's happened here?
Why aren't they though?
See,
Do you know what I mean?
So you got your little tinfoil hat on
I'm
here.
like,
Yeah.
ooh, what's going on?
What's happened here is obviously Ellie, who as we know, is in a very fragile relationship. And the fact that Sam came home and couldn't play Fortnite obviously had a big impact on her. And so she needs to get to the bottom of this thing that pretty much made them break up.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm guessing because he
nailed
couldn't
it.
play Fortnite, you guys had to talk to each other.
Exactly, and it was awful. And it was 8 hours.
That's
that I had
right.
to do
And
that
he had his
for.
Pokemon cards out on the bed and he was flipping through them.
So this one's worth 12 cents and this one's worth 16 cents.
It was awful, guys. So I need someone to tell me what was going on. I understand what you're saying, though, guy. We don't need to know. But I'm actually interested as, like, is their silence more talk? Is it saying that was a hack? Like, what is it?
Usually if a company is hacked, if the company who is hacked doesn't come out and say it, usually the hacker does. because they like to brag.
Oh, yeah,
They're like,
okay.
hey, by the way, we hacked
Yeah.
Sony, and it's like a bragging rights.
Interesting.
So I don't know if there was a hack. I just think there was a server issue that went down. Maybe they haven't come out and said anything because it's embarrassing to be like, guys, like, the janitor, accidentally unplugged one of our servers and it set the whole thing down. I know
wish
that won't
they'd
be
say
the
that.
example.
To be honest, one of the reasons as well that they haven't said anything is because they don't know what caused it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They can
you're
be like,
right.
shit, something's happened here. We need to find out what it is before we.
I do hate that. Whatever the reason it may be, a simple issue, a major issue, something like that can just completely derail millions of people from playing video games.
Well, that's the reality
It's
of
the reliance on the internet. Like, obviously, basically anybody that wants to play a multiplayer online game in the last 24 hours wasn't able to do it. But there are single player games that are affected by the PSN outage.
Yeah.
100% there are. For example, Hitman. Which I love. It's 100% online. You have to log in. You cannot play it offline, even though it's single player.
Yeah.
And I must admit, last night I was jamming Lies of P
Oh, yes.
while my wife was in the shower. And
Is that interesting? Did you mention that your wife was in the shower? I mean, I'm definitely picturing it.
yeah, cool. And the reason I mentioned that is because it was at about like 8 o'clock or something. I remember playing it for 20 minutes before we watched a garbage reality show together. And a little thing popped up in the top right-hand corner of the PlayStation like, PlayStation Network's having trouble signing in right now. And I remember laughing at Ellie, we trying to play Fortnite. And then just carrying on with Lies of P. Yeah.
Sam he was so frustrated, and as we know, I was frustrated because he wasn't being entertained.
Yeah, that's
my child
right.
wasn't being entertained. I didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah,
exactly. Someone said on Reddit, this is the worst crash I've probably seen on PlayStation. This has to be a hack. The last time servers crashed this hard was the PS3 hack.
Wow.
Yeah, and then someone even said I can't even play my games I own on disc. I put in Death Stranding and it keeps saying to insert the disc. TF. Maybe that's because the PlayStation knows it's like a shit game. And it was
Ellie, how dare you?
He's throwing a curveball.
I'm
He's
just
just
kidding.
like, you sure? Thing is, I bought a game last night, which I'll go into on the end of the podcast.
yeah?
Bought a game last night, and I downloaded it on the PlayStation Store.
Yes.
So this was about 8 o'clock last night. But then as I was playing it, I was playing the single player, like the campaign. Mm-hmm. But it did keep on coming up and be like, you've disconnected from the server. Do you want to continue playing offline? It's like, I don't care if I'm online. Like, I just thought I genuinely thought it was my shitty internet that was causing it. At this point, I didn't know that there was an outage. So I must have either the fact that I was able to buy a game online and download it. Is that separate? Because it's downloading it to my account, right? That's PSN,
that's
right?
bizarre that you're able to do that.
So maybe I was maybe I was right at the cutoff.
Yeah, you might
because
have
it didn't take long to download, and I played the game. But so maybe I was right at the precipice. Maybe me downloading the game is what caused it.
Maybe
your fault.
if we go and look at Sony's like download histories, if we see that Farming Simulator 25 was the last game to be downloaded, we'll know that guy triggered the
great.
shutdown.
Maybe.
Oh my goodness. No, but it's one of those moments of game where you realize how reliant you are on the internet, how reliant you are on just having your console, and how something so small that probably caused it, still don't know, can affect millions of people around the world.
I feel for those people that have organised game nights with their friends.
Same.
Or shift workers. People are like, I can only play at this time of the day.
Yes.
They're genuinely, like Sam, had a hard day's work and they just wanted to unwind.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault that the games that they enjoy the most rely on the internet.
Yeah.
And for them to just lose that, and somebody who doesn't game can sit there and go, ooh, you didn't get to play video games for one day. But it's a way to unwind. It's a way to enjoy. It's a way to socialize with friends.
Exactly.
It's also a great reminder that we're lucky to even be able to connect up to one another and play online in real time.
Yes.
Because that's a pretty unreal technology when you think about it.
Totally.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so let's just think about that for a second.
Yeah, no, these are very much first world problems that we're talking about, isn't it? But it's
true.
It's all relative, and it's how we unwind. It's part of our routine.
Yeah.
But it might be a good argument to bring discs back. Am I right?
Well, if that happens, the guy with the disc, you know what he needed to do?
What?
Unplug his or disconnect his PS5 from the internet and then just put the disc in. Because it just goes to factory offline mode.
But it's
and
so
just
dumb that you have to do that.
No, totally. But like that's how you make
That's
it
the
work next
workaround,
time.
yeah.
Is just make the PlayStation completely offline,
Right.
and then put a disc in, and you can play it the old-fashioned way.
So do you think the PlayStation was just getting confused? with just trying to go in? Have you done a
I don't know, that sounds
diagnostic
like a
on
bug.
it?
It could also just be something from his disc could have been
True.
scratched.
I am talking about one person here,
Yeah,
aren't I?
so I
I'm
don't think
really,
we- yeah.
quantifying from one
That's right.
user's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
experience. Yeah. But we'll let you know maybe in a week's time what happened when we record the next podcast.
Yeah, once we finish this episode,
Yeah.
the news will come out.
This is what I'm worried about, that this whole segment is going to be void within the next 12 hours. And you'll
Well,
be
let's just
listening
kill
to it.
time until then. Let's just chat
Yeah, should we
randomly.
just-
So what do you think is wrong with you and Sam?
I completely forgot how I was going to start this segment,
Like this.
which is very weird for me because
We keep it in.
no,
We don't
okay.
start. We
no,
don't
no,
restart.
No, don't keep this in. Sam, can you play the music one more time?
No, keep
Keep
it
this in.
Keep
Yeah,
it
but
in.
yeah,
Just play
no,
the
no,
music
no. Just play the music one
Keep
more
it
time. Video games.
That's worse than the
Funny stuff. That was all intentional, by the way, for a bit of humour.
Hilarious. Yes.
So my topic this week is directly piggybacked off of Guy's topic last week, because I thought he had the beginnings of a good idea there, but didn't quite nail it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm joking. It's just I'm bitter because I was a Greenpeace man with a big bag.
That
was
so funny.
the worst. So basically, you have to be a sidekick to an existing video game main character.
Yeah.
You are, as I said earlier, the ratchet to someone's clank, or is it the clank to their ratchet?
Clanks of the ratchet.
Yeah, you are the
Right.
kazooie to someone's banjo. You are the Daxter to someone's jack.
Yeah.
So I will start, and you pick a main character that you would like to be with. You say what your powers and what use to them you would be.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'll start with one that everyone's thinking. Geralt of Rivia, The Witcher 3, right?
Yes,
Everyone's
all right.
thinking I'm going to do it, so I'll get out of the way first.
Oh, I was so curious.
I
Yes.
agree, Ellie, and this is for your benefit. I agree that I should be his little sidekick. I'd love that,
Okay,
right?
yep.
I could hold more potions and bombs for him because you only get a little. You can upgrade it
True.
slightly, but you're only allowed like 4 of the same potion. So once you've used
Yeah.
a healing potion 4 times, you've got to stop, meditate, and refill them.
Right.
So I can be like, actually, Geralt, I've got a few over here, man, and just like open up my trench coat.
Your little fanny
Like,
pack.
and I'll be like, Geralt, get a load of this, and open my trench coat. And I've got,
I love how you're
Okay.
facing Ellie when you do this.
Yeah, I'm very like.
You're not naked, but she's imagining it.
I'm highlighted.
so I'm like, hey, Geralt, check this out, man. He
What do you
turns
think of
around, and I've got a trench coat, and I'm like, boom.
I feel like if you were there, you'd open it up, but then you would have accidentally put the bottles in upside down.
Yeah.
So they'd be like leaking all over each other, and like you haven't labeled
Yeah.
them properly. Like, oh no.
So I do that, and I am just stark bollock naked.
Yeah.
And then I turn around and go, by the way, I've got 3 extra potions in my backpack. He's like, Chris, you've got to stop doing this, man. It's getting weird. But I've also got some extra bombs because he can only carry like 3 bombs at a time, which
Love
is
it.
annoying. You love that.
No, I love that you're going to help with the bomb issue.
I was going to say. I could also carry some of his spare severed heads.
Ooh.
Because when he kills like a monster, like a big thing, gets a trophy, you cut the head off it to show the person who contracted you, hey, look, I killed the big dragon.
What an awful job.
Here is its head. 100%. That's part of the whole lore is that, in fact, they've got one of the worst jobs in the world.
Yeah.
They have to go and hunt, and they're treated like garbage.
No, I
Ellie.
mean, the horrible job for you to hold the head.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm a head holder. And then Geralt will be like, oh, Chris, pass me the trophy. And I'll be like, oh, you mean this? And then I open my coat and there's a trophy hanging there. And he's like, no, not that one. And so that's one of the jobs. The other one too would be whenever he calls Roach, his horse,
Yeah.
it always appears, because it's just a game, it appears in real stupid places.
Oh, yeah.
Like on the roof of a house,
Yeah.
behind a fence it can't get over. So whenever he calls Roach, I'll be on Roach and I'll make sure that it appears in a place where he's actually accessible.
Horse
Yeah.
wrangler.
Horse
So
wrangler.
where do
Yeah.
you go when he gets on the horse? Do you sit
I'll
behind?
just sit in,
do you sit behind him with your arms around him?
I'll sit side saddle behind him, fanning
romantic.
myself.
Yeah.
In my big,
I do declare.
my big overcoat. I will also help him. He's always in a love triangle. Famously, he's got to choose between Yennefer of Vengerberg
Of course.
or Triss Marigold of the Society of Witches or whatever it's called, the Magic Society. I can't remember.
Okay.
I'll help him with that by saying, look, man, you and Yen got a good thing going.
Yeah.
I'll go start dating Triss.
Oh, I see.
And then we won't have to worry about this whole thing.
How convenient.
Yeah,
for
so
you.
that's-
You choose the one that you like, and then you try and
No.
convince him to date the other one so that you get the one you like.
No. He's married to Yennefer of Vingerberg.
Oh, yeah.
And then Triss is like this love interest that comes along when he's got amnesia and forgets about Yennefer.
Oh, that's some real Days of Our Lives
It
shit.
really
like
is.
Dr. Drake Ramore. Like,
It really is.
Yeah.
So I'd help with that.
Okay,
And
yep.
I'd play him at Gwent whenever he wants.
Okay.
Oh, Gwent's
The card game in the game.
Right,
so
right.
if he wants to go to the tavern and play Gwent, I will play with him.
You're a friend.
Yeah. So that's what I
nice.
would do.
Wow. It's quite a lot.
What about you, Guy?
You're pretty much playing the game
Well,
for
the thing
him.
is, this is
pretty
me.
much flashing at him at any opportunity.
So I chose. Thing is, I was thinking of games like Red Dead Redemption and stuff like games that I love to play,
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima. But I don't want to be a sidekick to a character where there's danger. Well, not too much danger. I wouldn't be able to handle it.
Yeah.
So I thought of like Nathan Drake, Lara Croft. Now they do face danger, but that's not like mythical danger.
Right.
It's like
Yes, it
this-
is.
Well, there is a little bit of mythical and a smidge of it.
Uncharted, it gets mythical always at the end.
Yeah, true.
But also, the thing with Uncharted is Nathan Drake's like, all right, let's go. And it climbs up a giant cliff.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
I'd get pretty good at it.
Okay.
I'd be pretty shit at the start.
Yeah, right.
But then I get good grip strength.
Yeah. So
And
you're Spider-Man. You just have to be Spider-Man, essentially.
Basically, I just have to be really good at rock climbing.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things that I'd be able to do.
Okay.
So I'd be able to do dad joke, which makes enemies cringe and lose focus for 15 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's a
It's a
power.
power.
That's a power that I have
Yeah,
as
yeah.
a sidekick. Irritation. I will verbally abuse and taunt enemies to distract them from the main
And
character.
then hide behind the main character. It's
That's exactly what
It's
I-
like Guy at high school.
Yeah. That's exactly what I wrote down. And then wait for the character to do the damage.
Okay.
I'll always have a backpack with wet wipes and snacks and water.
Oh,
Because that's
lovely.
basically what I do as a dad. I've always got wet wipes.
Right.
You know, in case
Nice.
the main character shits himself.
Yeah. Cool.
Unleash the beast. So I have my own sidekick, which
Okay.
is my pit bull Nala, who scares the enemy and forces them to run. The move is ineffective if the enemy has moderate perception and realizes that Nala is not aggressive at all.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm a sidekick, but I also have a sidekick, and it's my dog.
Oh, cool.
So I can set because people, it's a pit bull, but she's actually a real big
She's
softie.
lovely. Oh.
My main weapon is a good stick that I found while doing a bushwalk with my dog. It's like a staff, but it's not powerful or magic. It's just a good, thick and strong stick that you pick up and are like, whoa, cool stick.
I love when you do a
then would be-
bushwalk and you
then
find
would
a
be
stick.
gutted if you put it down when you got back to the car and forgot it, and then realize halfway home that you left the stick in the car park. But then you're happy that someone will find the stick and be like, man, someone left an awesome stick behind, and then they use it for their walk. You know
Nice.
exactly what kind of
Yeah.
stick I'm talking
Yeah.
about, right?
100%, man.
So that's
a
what I
good
have.
stick.
I have a good stick.
You got a good stick.
That's my
Okay.
power.
Nice.
Love it.
That's
Nathan
what my
Drake was
weapon.
stoked with that. I
Yeah,
reckon.
right?
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I can flip, I can taunt people and like, you guys suck. And then if they come near me, I'll hit them with this stick.
Beautiful.
That's about it.
Not a stop sign, just a stick.
Not a stick, not
my-
a stop sign. Unless there's
Cool,
some
man.
irritating kids who chew loudly. And then I will set my dog on them.
Fair enough, fair enough. I would love to be the sidekick to my Stardew Valley character. Now, I would love to, this doesn't sound actually very fun for me, but have an extra backpack. So it's just extra inventory
Yeah.
on the road together. Because one of the bigger things about Stardew
You
is
run
your
out of
inventory
storage, yeah.
and it's just annoying. And it'd be good to have an extra backpack, next to me. I would also love to have like scissor hands or something like on my hands that are aggressive so that if we're in the mines together in Stardew Valley, which is quite, it's quite scary with the monsters, I can basically help the character kill the monsters.
And
Just
so
stab.
at all times you have scissor hands.
All times? Because that would be an absolute nightmare.
Retract. They can retract, but then I can still ideally use my hands as normal.
I mean, imagine wiping your bum with scissor hands.
Ooh, yeah.
How did Edward do it?
That's a great question, actually. Did have someone else do it? Yeah, but anyway, I'd have some scissor hands that I can retract, but that's to help with the monsters. I'd also make me edible in some sort of way. Like I have an arm that regenerates, but it's edible. So when the character's in the mines,
Yeah.
if she's running out of energy, there's always an emergency arm she can eat. You know what I mean? Like
So
bring
you
the
turn
energy
into-
out.
You've got a backpack. Just take some food with you.
You
look.
turn the character into a cannibal. What the hell are
Yeah.
you doing?
No, resources are scarce, so I'd rather just sacrifice my arm. I'm also
Wait,
just there.
so they're halfway through eating your arm and then they choke on some scissors.
That's a good point. That's a good point. No, I think they'd have to eat a leg then.
Okay.
It's a limb that I've got a regenerative limb that can be eaten.
How long
Right.
does it a quick regenerate?
Yes, in my ideal world, it just does it straight away.
Is it
Imagine
painful?
being-
It's like, ah!
Imagine
And they're
being
like,
stuck in the cave and you haven't got a leg. You're like, oh, this will grow back in a week.
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah, no, there has to be no cooldown.
And then you'd have to eat your other leg to survive that week.
Okay, you can
And
stop.
then you're in a deficit.
Okay, we're picking holes, all right? We're picking
Well, just
holes.
like the thing is,
You'd be picking holes in your body as you wait for it to regenerate.
you can literally think of any power, and like I have the ability to summon up food straight away. Like, no, they have to eat me.
Oh, yeah, I could have just summoned food. That would have made more sense. I thought it was being clever there. Moving on, though, I'd bring the vibes, wouldn't I? I'd bring the vibes.
Bring the vibes.
I'd
Is
bring
that
the vibes.
Would you bring the vibes in your backpack?
Maybe. Who
Yeah.
knows? I've got plenty of room.
Are the vibes regenerative?
Yeah, they're always
And they're
firing,
edible?
actually.
Okay.
And
Edible vibes.
Edible in your heart. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you eat them up with your heart. And then also I would be an assistant to my character in Stardew Valley, watering plants and stuff. And
Yeah.
like, I know we can get sprinklers, but just an extra set of hands around the farm. You know
You can
what I'm
also
saying?
like send you out to go and grab something. Like, can you take these rocks to the guy at the rock shop there?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then he
Yes.
can, or she,
Exactly.
in your case, can concentrate on the farm.
Exactly right. Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm so glad we got around to understanding my sidekick character. Thank you.
Another idea I had: Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
I'd hold the main character's balls.
Got you. Sorry, actually.
Pokeballs, Ellie.
Yeah,
Pokemon
no,
balls.
I've worked it out now, but I literally had this image just of you just cupping balls. I don't know why.
He's a kid.
She's
Ellie.
a 10-year-old kid,
Oh,
man.
10-year-old kid.
Jesus.
Ellie, that is really inappropriate.
That's
I wasn't
awful.
picturing anyone specific. I was just picturing balls being cupped in the hand.
Yeah, right.
You know?
And was my hand, was it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
But then I realized, yeah, no, it's Pokeballs.
So anyway, like
Wow, Ellie.
Ash,
Yes.
the main character who's 10, he'll be like,
Sorry, yes.
because you can only carry 6 at a time.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, hey, can I have one of my other Pokemon? Then I'll turn around and be like, yeah, here he is right here. And I've got a big coat on. And I open the coat and then there's 6 more Pokeballs on my belt.
8.
And I'm not.
He's 8 balls.
Guy, that's brilliant. So that's one thing. I'd make it so that he could have an extra few Pokemon.
Cool.
I'd give advice on matchups.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd be like, hey, man, so you're facing Brock. He's got rock type. I reckon you go water or grass or even a fighting. Like, who have
Yeah.
you got? We have chat
like
and
a
plan
coach.
out battles. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Also, I'd have the knowledge of where to catch all the Pokemon. This is only in the original game, the very first Red and Blue and Yellow.
Okay.
Because he'd be like, man, I'd really want to, like a Weedle. And I'd be like, Viridian Forest, let's go.
Okay.
I'm imagining though, like you're an incredibly useful sidekick. Like we should do this, and then when he wants to go to the next league, which is what the Johto League,
Yeah.
he's like right at the border. He's like, I mean, you can stay here if you want, but you're not really.
Yeah.
You're not really useful here.
But I can learn.
I mean, you can come if you want.
I can learn.
Yeah, no, you can come if you want. But
Yeah.
like, I might get a book or something. So like, you might not be getting as much experience. So
Yeah.
maybe find another trainer in this league and do for
Fine.
that person what I
Go.
did for you.
Just go. All right.
Yeah, no, I'll be back though.
And then he'll be like halfway through sailing across on his Lapras, and then I'll be like, but wait, you forgot this. And he'll turn around, boom, code open. So it's like, I got him, I win. Yeah. I win. I'd also liaise with Nurse Joy whenever we get to the Poke Center.
Liaise.
Yeah, so like, I'll be like, Ash, you go sit down, I'll chat to Nurse Joy about getting the Pokemon healed up.
Right, okay.
And he goes, I got a couple of balls that you need to heal.
No, guy, I draw it there. I draw the line there. And then last one, I'd check in on Ash's mum.
Oh,
Nice.
far out.
Just
yeah.
no. I'd go and check in regularly and just
Yeah.
pop in unannounced.
Yeah.
Oh, pop in, will you?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Professor Oak's
To
doing
make
the
sure
popping in.
Professor Oak's not there.
Sorry, you're protecting her. Okay.
I'm genuinely like, you sure I'm flashing a 10-year-old kid, but I am checking on the mum's welfare.
As
Okay.
Ash is going away to the Johto League on his Lapras, you would be like, I'll make sure Professor Oak isn't banging your mum.
Jeepers. How is this
To be
joke
fair-
still carrying on?
Well, guys-
I just brought it up though too, to be fair.
You did.
I did, yeah.
To be fair, if Ash's mum has a crush on Professor Oak and vice versa, who am I to stop that?
Hey, that's a good point.
Yeah,
that's
so-
a really good point.
Also,
yeah.
I just want to bring up, while we're talking about Pokemon, obviously last week, Ellie, you talked about your partner Sam who bought all those Pokemon cards, and we laid them all out on the
Yes,
table,
yes,
and we were
yes.
talking about their value. No, this isn't ripping on you. This is a joint ripping.
thought you-
Because we were like talking about these Pokemon that we never heard of. We were like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Literally behind your head is an entire encyclopedia of Pokemon. And somebody in the comments is like, why don't you look at that big, thick book of Pokemon behind you with the deluxe handbook? And maybe that's when we can learn more. Well, I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness, that could have been so much fun. We'll do that next week.
Damn, yeah, that would
Yeah,
have been
so
way
just
better.
get your partner Sam to spend another $80 US
I will.
on Pokemon cards.
And next time I won't post the photo with all the cards upside down. I cracked up at your
Oh,
comments.
God.
What an idiot.
Have you guys got any more characters you'd like to sidekick?
No.
I've got one here, but you can guess it. It's from Detroit
Become Human.
Yeah, of course. Connor, the android cop. I would be essentially he's a cop and he's an investigator, so I'd just be a sidekick to Connor. I would break down feelings for Connor, like if there's an engagement going on here, and I need to explain to him what the human feelings are.
Because he's a droid and he can't understand it.
Yes, I'd be basically trying to bridge the gap between android and human. Companionship, because androids need friends
feel nothing.
too.
They feel nothing.
They do feel something. I
Also,
swear.
if somebody's trying to talk to your android and like tell them a lie and pull the wool over their eyes, you don't know how to tell the difference either. We've done it to you 3 times
You're
this
super
episode.
gullible.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't thought this one through at all. No, it's not going to work.
People would start to think that you're a robot. I'm like, this girl doesn't know anything. Is she a robot?
Connor would probably be better at working it out than I am. But then I'd also have the ability to like hover or fly, because androids can't fly or hover. So I'd love to be able to hover and fly so I can, get to hard to reach places, if you will.
Yeah, right. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got one last one, if that's
Okay.
all right.
I've got one as well. I just thought of it.
Okay. Oh, well, no, you go.
I was
Okay.
thinking Joel Miller from The Last of Us. Now, because in the first game, you have Ellie basically as your sidekick.
Yeah, so you're
She's there for
escorting her.
Yes, you're escorting her, but she is like an NPC in the sense that as you're playing it, she is also going around. But have you noticed when you play the game, you're sneaking through a building and there's either the zombies there or it's, other humans that are trying to find you. And if you notice that Ellie, even though you're hiding, she'll just hide. She'll just be blatantly in front of the person.
She always runs in front of them.
She always runs in front of them, but they don't see her, but they're just walking right past her. So I feel like I would be better.
Yeah, right.
Even then, I'd be a
Yeah.
sidekick to Ellie. So
Yeah.
Ellie's still in the game, but I'll be Ellie, come back. They can freaking see you, you dumbass. And then
Oh,
I
I
throw
see.
a bottle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
right,
And then
yeah.
they'll see you throw the bottle and then everything will just be void
And then a
anyway.
click will be like,
and then kill guy. My last one is just Agent 47 from Hitman 3.
nice.
yes.
Reason being because there's about 40 of these amazing locations in the Hitman trilogy now, and every single one of them is an awesome location. One's literally a guy that you played at my house is it's their version of Formula One.
Oh, yeah.
And my whole role is I'll go in there first and just be in the crowd and be part of it, because like he's at an amazing resort, like 5-star resort. He's at a skiing resort. He's in these amazing places. He's in like this giant castle in the middle of and so I'll already be there, and I will have snuck in a weapon or something for him.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Lovely.
And also, I'll give him great, interesting assassination ideas. Like you should kill them using the toilet. You know what I mean? Or like it'd be funny if you use this, and then be like, okay, copy that.
Nice, okay.
And I'll always have I'll be like, mate, I can sneak in one weapon and one little like useful tool. What would you like? He'd be like, maybe it's a lockpick and a silenced gun. And I'll be like, cool, meet me by the blah blah.
Yeah.
He gets there. I've got a long jacket on. He's like, oh, no, I won't do it. No.
Okay, yeah, we can
I feel like if I
picture
was
it.
if I was doing the same thing, I would like sneak into the resort, and he would expect me to do all these things, and I'd be like, I'll come back. He goes, all right, what should I do? I'd be like, now, first of all, buffet is fantastic.
It's really good.
Make sure you go to the omelette station because the guy's really good. They do a fantastic Korean massage as well, and the infinity pool is to die for. So,
Love it.
So that's I would just waste my time because if he's going to all these fantastic locations, you might as well make the most of it.
Well, that's-
you are there to kill someone, but also have some fun.
That's the best thing is he doesn't actually need your help.
No.
You just literally, your job, sneak in a tool for him.
Yeah.
Easy to do. Hide it, and then you just get to enjoy everything.
Yeah.
And it's always an awesome location.
Fun.
He's like,
Okay.
where did you hide my gun? He's like, I put it in a tree on the 18th hole of the golf course. Why? Because
It's a secure location.
I'm gonna be honest. I played 18 holes and I forgot the reason I was there, and it was in my bag, so I just put it there.
Yeah.
Smart stuff.
So that's
smart
what we'd do. Extremely Casual Group for Extremely Casual Gamers on Facebook. If you've got any ideas, if you'd like to be a sidekick for a video game main character.
Yeah.
G'day team, what are you playing this week?
Ooh, I mentioned it before that I bought a game last night,
Yes.
and I have instant regret. Not because it's a terrible game, but I paid too much for it. I should have done a Chris. I should have waited.
Oh no, what is it?
Space Marines 2. So this is
Right.
the game that's came out start of September, and everyone's like, this is going to kill Helldivers 2. It is Space Marines, obviously Warhammer 40,000. So you basically, you're these big cybergenetic or super soldiers, and you've just got to kill lots of aliens. It's a very
Right.
gratuitous violence game. You can play it online against people. You can play it online against the computer, and you can play a
Okay.
campaign, right?
Okay, yep.
So, and I knew exactly what I was getting into, and I'm happy I bought the game. However, I have no interest in playing it online. I'm sure I will, but it's not. The reason I bought it is because I wanted to play the campaign. It's been a while since I played a decent campaign.
Yeah.
So I started playing it last night, and then this morning I turned on the PlayStation. It's like, apparently I'm like 11% of the way through the campaign, and I've only played like one level. So already I know that it's a pretty short campaign.
I think
really?
it's 6 hours.
Is it actually?
I think it's
Is
like
it?
6 hours is what I saw in a review.
See, that's the thing. I didn't do enough research. I just saw TikToks of, cutting people up and stomping on aliens' heads and shooting them. I was like, mean, done.
Oh, no.
So I paid full price for a game that I should have waited because I feel like the full price is obviously a huge markup. That's just gaming. But the big draw card for this game is the online capacity, and I have no interest in playing
Why
online.
don't you refund it? How long have you played it?
I bought it less than 24 hours ago.
Yeah, you can refund it if you played it for less than 2 hours.
I might have played 2 hours worth. Maybe not.
Because of
Just ask for it. It's been 24 hours.
Yeah, I could
Do it.
try. I could try. I genuinely could. But yeah, I'm happy I have the game, and if I want to get my money's worth,
Yeah.
I should play online or at least, play the PvE or something like that.
What happened to Baldur's Gate?
I finished playing the
trial.
and thought it was great. It's
And
on my
that's-
to buy list.
That's the end of story. Okay, you're right. Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
It's a great
Good
game.
On ya.
Lots of
Good
fun.
On ya.
So you did a trial for Baldur's Gate.
Yeah,
You enjoyed it,
I enjoyed it.
and then you bought Space Marine 2.
Yeah,
full
because I had
price,
Space Marine 2 on my list
knowing that it was
before
99% online multiplayer. We even talked about it in
Right.
our online multiplayer group as a joke. I said, we're going to get Space Marine 2. It looks amazing. And everyone made fun of me, and then Guy buys it.
Yeah.
I love it.
But, once I'm done with that,
It looks sick, by the way. But
Baldur's
you
Gate.
Okay.
It is awesome. It's close quarters. It's literally you've got in one hand a gun, in one hand a sword that's got a chainsaw on it. If you like Gears of War, this game's Gears of War, Halo, Helldivers 2. The storyline's pretty cool. It's right up my alley.
Cool.
Shooting
Okay.
aliens. That's what I'll be doing.
Love it. But you're 11% of the way through. You
I
think?
know, so I'm going to
he
stretch
bought
it
it
out.
last night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
damn. And then there was an outage for 8 hours. So wait, when did you?
I honestly, I played for less than 2 hours and I'm 11% through. I'm pretty annoyed.
Yeah, dang. Okay.
I'm playing Lies of P.
That's right. Yeah, how is that going?
It's so good.
Is it?
It is so good. I got to what I thought was almost the end. Turns
Yeah.
out I'm not even halfway.
Oh,
Completely different experience to Guy. And I have played it a lot. Seriously, if you like Bloodborne, Elden Ring, play Lies of P. It is effing brilliant.
Okay.
I love it.
Good.
Yeah.
It's good to hear.
Chris was annoyed that the group that we play Helldivers with, there was 3 of us were like, let's play tonight. And Chris was like, I want to play Lies of P.
Oh.
But he did come and play Helldivers.
And to be
good on
honest,
ya.
I this is rare for me. I enjoy playing Helldivers with you guys the same as I do playing Lies of P.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
So seriously, I love our little group we've got.
Nice.
We have heaps of fun playing, and I love being online. And so it's actually not a tough decision at all. It's like,
Yeah.
sweet, they're not on, I'll play Lies of P.
One of my favorite things is that we'll play the game and all of these funny things, and then after we all sign off, the group chat just lights up with all of these screen recordings.
We've been recording moments.
of like funny moments, and then we just relive. It's like a little highlights package.
It is good. It's
but I'm
great
glad
fun.
that we didn't suggest to play last night because we
It
wouldn't have been able
out,
to.
yeah.
yeah.
What about you,
nice.
Ellie?
Well, I played a bit of Fortnite again this week, actually.
Yes.
Sam and I got another Victory Royale together. Sam's up to like level 90 now. Like he's
Oh, wow.
he's leveled up to like level 90. He's like nearly at the
That's
level
awesome.
100. He is an like if he's obsessed with something, he'll just obsess. And so yeah, he's quite addicted to it. But it's cool to watch. I actually enjoy watching him play.
Has he bought the Incredibles skins? Have
don't-
you seen that? The Incredibles,
No,
the Pixar movie. You can play as Frozone, you can play as the dad, you can play as the mum.
I saw
and they've
that.
completely nerfed her dump truck of a butt.
Oh, really?
It's not the big, huge behind that you see in the movies.
So have they actually shrunk that? Do
yeah,
you think
they've
done it
shrunk
on
it.
purpose?
Oh, of course they've done it on purpose.
Interesting.
Because I mean, to be fair, if they put it as GYAT as it was,
yeah.
if they made it as bunda as it actually is, they would have made so much money.
Yeah,
but
isn't
no,
that interesting?
they had to nerf her ass.
Oh, is that because it's like a kid's game? Do you
Yeah.
reckon they're trying to...
It might be.
Although The Incredibles kids movie, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I saw it as a kid.
I just love how you described it, because when you nerf something, you ruin the effectiveness of it, a weapon or something.
Yeah.
They
And there
nerfed
is a
it
weapon.
bad.
Yeah. There's so many videos of people just using like any emote on the game that remotely shows like the dance where like wiggling a bum. They've just used that on this.
Oh my gosh.
And there's like, there's ones where like, there's an emote where you can like throw money.
This is
Like
him.
you're at a strip club
Like
and
in
there's
the
like,
strip club, Ellie. This is
Yeah.
Guy. This is Guy right here. And Sam's doing that right
so
now.
there's all these like horny little 12-year-olds doing it. And then there's just me and Sam like,
Oh, humans are simple creatures,
for
aren't
the
they?
for the record, Ellie, I don't think that's funny.
Oh, wow, that is so feminist of you, bro. Thank you so much.
I mean, it is a wee bit funny, especially when a guy was like, yeah.
Very Gen Z of you, I think. Apparently,
you.
Was that Gen Z?
Well,
Yeah, I
if
don't
you
know.
have to ask, then
I don't know. No, I don't think Sam's got the GYAT going on, or maybe he's doing it while I'm not there. Maybe he is. I don't
Maybe
know.
that's why he was so frustrated last night that he couldn't play Fortnite.
Couldn't
'cause
get
he
his fix.
Couldn't get his GYAT fix.
Yeah. Oh, this is so inappropriate. Sorry to everyone listening. So I'm playing Fortnite. That's about it at the moment, actually. I've done that thing where I forgot that I even own a Switch. Like, I just do this. Object permanence for me is so bad. Like,
Yeah.
I saw it the other day and I was like, that's right. I've got a Switch. I should be playing that. I could be playing that. We were playing golf heaps. Haven't played that in weeks. I think
Switch isn't really, I mean, for some people it is, but a Switch isn't something that is your main console.
Yeah.
Shit, no.
Yeah.
People like Trucker Chris, who listens to our podcast, he literally uses it on the road.
True.
So that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I've just kind of been playing a bit of Fortnite, to be honest. That's all.
fine.
And that's probably what I'll keep doing for now. Yeah.
Get involved.
Get involved. No, I just butchered that. I'll just stop now. All right. Thanks for listening to another week.
Way to end on a massive low note.
Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.